I want to start today's Big Bear analysis with a comment from one of our subscribers that they recently left. It says, Big Bear feels like it's not legit, only growing 5% in a world where AI is the highest growing market. But I'll tell you what, it's still up 150% year over year, and I think it's legit, but we'll see how the market reacts to it. And speaking of things that are legit, we just closed enrollment for the virtual stock trading system. But if this video gets 100 likes, I'll reopen it personally for a limited time. So again, 100 likes, we'll reopen the system. This means you can still join our Thursday classes and get our predictive analysis software Mercatus, where you can visualize markets, and get full access to StockMate and our live trading, which, by the way, in our live trading this morning, we entered Tesla. You see this recording just about a few hours ago at market open. It was a $6 entry there. You could start to see us develop a plan here, started to see it surge. We set our profit, our take profit. We were up 65 there. And as we progressed throughout, we started to get up into the take profit there and ended up ending the day up over $100. There it is, 91 right from the take profit. So we ended up over $100. And then after that, we get into Big Bear. So I ended up buying Big Bear here at the dip at market open. Now, one other thing about StockMate, just a side note, I just got an email from Printful. This is our distributor for our free t-shirts, and their prices are going up apparently. But when you join StockMates and you get that StockMate t-shirt for free, no matter what, tariffs may rise, but your legacy doesn't wait. You're still going to get the StockMate shirt for free. All right, let's break down what's going on with Big Bear and what it's really doing, kind of what the charts are saying right now, and whether the risk is worth the upside. This morning, we saw it validate this support down here and break above this EMA. So it started to push up at market open, and we just purchased it here. If we go down to a 15-minute candlestick, you see it shot up, it bounced back down, and when it validated this EMA, this blue line, I got into it. So now you can start to see us trading it. Just to kind of outline what we're looking for the near term, I'd probably now move our stop loss into profit somewhere in here. So we know that we're green. The goal is to not lose money. And we'll get into the full analysis for Big Bear, but just to kind of, for this trade, what we're kind of looking at, might be a longer term swing. I'm actually looking for something up in this range here. As you can see, something like that. And probably the green where we're looking to sell would be up in this range here. So if I could draw, I haven't drawn much of this. I'm kind of new to the drawing. People said, Will, you should draw where you're going to take profit, where you're going to buy. So it's not perfect, but there you go. Stop loss probably around $6.60 or $3.60, and looking to take profit above $4. So let's take a look. Three things. The market of AI. Someone said, Will, I don't know if it's legit. I can tell you, I saw them firsthand. I know they're legit because they scanned my face at the airport. One thing we look at for the market is its growing profitability. Are they making money? Are they having revenues? And on top of that, the second indicator of a market is not just profits. Like, you can look at NFTs and say, wow, there's so much money and profits in that short period of time with NFTs, right? And you could look at that market and you could say, I think it's going to go up, but you got to look at the real world usage, because the real world usage wasn't really applying. That's why it didn't hold its momentum and why NFTs crashed. Same thing is true here with any stock in AI, in quantum computing, in space stocks, or let's say data center stocks, the type of stocks we focus on. You know, the first thing we're saying is, all right, what are the profits? What's the market? But the second piece of the market is, are they being used? And as I mentioned earlier, Big Bear is seeing usage, and it's changing the way people chew gum, right? That's what Warren Buffett says. If it changes the way people chew gum, it's probably a good investment. I couldn't chew gum in front of that monitor when I got my face scanned. They said, please hold still, sir. Bad joke. But actually, Big Bear AI, we see it start to validate this support on its way up. So now that it's validated the support, now looking maybe even a little overbought as we just purchased it, and it's getting up into that range. But now we're saying, okay, maybe this next level here for Big Bear, it's maybe not going to be straight up. I don't think it's going to be straight up. It could take some time. It could take a couple days. Maybe even it pulls back down. But the next level to watch is up in that $4.50 range from a profit perspective. So when we get into the second piece, outside of the growing market of AI and defense, we look at the news of the company, their financials, and their chart. So to wrap things with their news, they've had a lot of growth and they've had a lot of new articles and new contracts come out related to Department of Defense. They got some $100+ million contracts with Army. They got a Panama contract there for trade logistics, which I believe is a very powerful place to be in as a defense company, because Panama, they have a lot of focus right now. The third article that stood out is the Department of Defense Force Management Platform. So their CEO used to work he was a Secretary of Defense. And when you look at the company and you look at where they're getting partnerships, it's in border security, it's in Homeland Security, it's in Department of Defense, it's in the Pentagon, it's at the airports, as I mentioned, their facial recognition software, and they're partnered with Palantir, and even recently partnering with this drone swarm here, operations in Project Lynchpin. So they have the partnerships that would make sense that they would sustain growth. In fact, some of the millions of dollars in contracts actually guarantee revenue over the next few years. I think it was there's the Denver International Airport. That's the airport where I got scanned. They got the U.S. Navy Maritime Domain Mission Autonomy. So they specialize in decision intelligence. There's that $165 million to deliver Army's global force information management. So they're processing large amounts of data of people coming in and out of different entry points, and they're helping the agency that they're working with make decisions automatically with AI. So it's not up to just one person, but an AI that can identify threats and identify maybe different opportunities to improve, or different parts of their system that needs to, like, different people that are coming in and out, different threats that can be proposed. That's the company. That's the type of contracts they're getting. And they basically guarantee some revenue there with that 5-year contract, $165 million. And that brings us to the financials. Financials, if you guys aren't familiar, we could pull up the NASDAQ here, but they're heavily invested in by BlackRock, Vanguard. You got Charles Schwab and some others. You got State Street, Goldman Sachs investing in this company. And you look at the financials, their net income, they've had some debt they've been paying down and things like that. So they do have that net income that is negative there. You got the revenue looking better there, up 5% year over year. And if they continue to get the contracts they're getting, they continue to build out their systems. Yeah, is there a little slow? Someone said, "Will, it's growing slow. The stock's not growing fast enough for me." All right, well, that's how the financials look. They're slowly building the revenue. It's up 5-10% year over year. Are they absolutely exploding? Well, I mean, 50% net income increase is good. Net profit margins are up 50% year over year. So it looks good. But when you look at the recent chart, again, you might say, well, it's not averaging. Guys, it's up over 100% in the year. Like, if you're going to comment something like that, like, I mean, let's at least look back to May. Let's call it here. From May to today, it's up 150%. I mean, I guess it's down from February because that's when AI and everything soared after the elections, and then it sold down, found support, starting to uptrend a little bit here. And so, yeah, maybe, it's taken its time, but I will say I wouldn't be worried about it on the long term. I would more be just having a plan is the key. So right now we got a plan. As I mentioned, we got our stop set. We're looking for profit margins up here in this $4.40 range. And another key level for the chart that it has to hold is, I believe it's $3.50. So it's above it now. It just broke out a little bit. But as you can see, there's this previous resistance right here, about 360. Previous resistance, support. And that's the level where we just said, okay, we're going to set our stop loss right there with our poorly designed squares. And those are funny. All right, we'll find a better way of doing that. Anyway, stop loss at that support level if it breaks below. That's also our entry point as we started to see it break out and retest. We just entered, and it's up about 1.2% so far today after starting the day down quite a bit. So after surging to the $10.50 that it did back in January, finding support and then starting this reversal pattern, we're starting to potentially see what could be the continuation of a breakout for Big Bear AI. Our long-term positions we won't touch. It's $2.80 average. Our short-term positions, we're going to, again, be in this trade, and we'll see how it holds. Essentially, we're already up, so the goal is not to lose money. We're already up 2.6% on the portfolio today. There's no reason to rush anything or make any decisions that would cause us to lose money. So again, we're going to be playing those, and that's the outlook for Big Bear. The other thing to consider about their recent solutions and their not their government and defense, which is interesting. They shifted from the Pentagon recently in their images to a boat, which is interesting because they must have made that change in the past few days, and to drones, which is also interesting because I was kind of saying, like, I think their boats security is actually going to be where they have a big advantage. So that's going to be interesting there. And then you have but the real industry thing that's interesting. You got Homeland and Border Security, travel and trade, and they recently took out their healthcare. They must have made a decision that they're taking out their healthcare on their sites. I don't know if that means they're not going to be doing it, but there was a moment there where we saw them go into some conferences for healthcare to potentially help with the intelligences for managing, for example, how many beds are available, matching the right patients with the right doctors. But it doesn't really matter now. I don't see it on their site. I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, you could even see in their recent news that they went to a meeting, like, was it last month or 2 months ago in Panama here? No, that wasn't a healthcare. That was Panama. Yeah, there was one healthcare they recently went to. But I guess, maybe they're moving away from that. They're saying, oh no, healthcare and sciences, it's there. But I guess I found an interesting on their website, because when we're on their main site, it doesn't show the healthcare and science. But when I'm on the news part of the website, it allows me to go to the healthcare and science. Interesting. All right, so they're still in healthcare, but starting to revamp their website a little bit, focus on Homeland and Border Security here. And I would encourage you guys to simply take a look. They got predictive modeling and real-time analysis that a TSA agent isn't going to be able to do. I mean, you can look at a TSA agent. Imagine TSA agent could remember the past 200 people and see how they're connected, or look at their backgrounds and know that they're connected people and that there's some operation or sting that needs to take place. I don't know. But an AI can really make sure that automatically happens. And there it is, the Big Bear scanner. They finally got it on their website. They must have just updated this. This is the thing that scanned my face. You guys thought I was lying? Someone said, I haven't seen Big Bear in the airports. I got scanned. There it is. I'm surprised they didn't use my photo right there. No, I'm just kidding. But that's about how it looked when I got scanned. So cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. We're up about $100 on this trade with Big Bear. And we've made a couple thousand since entering at $2.80. So we'll hold this long-term position. And that's the wrap for Big Bear. When it comes down to that virtual stock trading system, guys, it is closing here, or it's closed. But we can reopen it here for a limited time for those of you guys that are interested. If you want to join us in our live classes once a week, it's a 6-week intensive, along with a one-on-one call with myself in 1 year to stock meet with our new software that we just launched as well that is going into beta this next week. So I'm really pumped to get this billions of data point analysis out so that we can start to see which AI models are the most effective, as you can interchange them and get analysis for future predictions. And we'll be back testing this to see how it plays out. But again, you get it for free as a bonus when you're part of the virtual stock trading system. That'll be that first link in the description down below. So again, if you want to work with me one-on-one and get access to that system, it's the first link down below. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.